When police found William Harrison's body in a quiet Pennsylvania barn, nothing about the scene made sense. His truck sat parked neatly outside. His wallet and phone were still in his pocket. And yet, something was terribly wrong. The air was still. There were no signs of a struggle, no forced entry, just a man, motionless, in a place he wasn't supposed to be. Jennifer Walsh seemed to have everything. At 34, she was a respected elementary school teacher at Riverside Elementary. Her husband, Kevin, was an engineer, hardworking, reliable, the kind of man neighbors trusted with their spare keys. They lived on Maple Street, a place where families waved from driveways, and every house looked like a magazine cover. To anyone passing by, Jennifer and Kevin were the picture of stability. But beneath that picture-perfect surface, something was beginning to crack. It started innocently enough. One evening, after school, Jennifer met William Harrison, a 52-year-old automotive parts manager, through a local education program for parents. He was charming, confident, and attentive in a way Kevin no longer was. A few friendly conversations turned into shared coffees, then long drives after school. And before long, what began as friendship had crossed a line neither of them could turn back from. Jennifer and William's affair became their shared secret, tucked between lesson plans, late meetings, and half-truths told at dinner tables. They'd meet in secluded parks, exchange burner phone messages, and invent excuses that fooled everyone, except fate. But as weeks turned into months, the affair grew heavy. William wanted more. He wanted Jennifer to leave Kevin. And Jennifer didn't know what she wanted anymore. By spring, tension filled every conversation. Jennifer began to pull away, and William grew desperate. He started showing up unannounced. At her classroom, her home, even her car in the parking lot. Then came the argument. Witnesses later recalled seeing William and Jennifer fighting outside a diner one Friday night. No one knew what it was about, but that was the last time anyone saw William alive. 2 days later, William's co-workers reported him missing. His phone went straight to voicemail. His truck hadn't moved from the barn on his family's old property. When officers arrived, they found him lying on the floor. No pulse, no signs of violence. At first glance, it looked like a heart attack. But detectives noticed something odd. A faint mark on his neck, and traces of sedatives in his bloodstream. This was no accident. Detectives began piecing together William's final days. Phone records revealed dozens of calls and texts between him and Jennifer, right up until the night he died. Then suddenly silence. Jennifer told police she hadn't seen William in weeks. But surveillance cameras told another story. Footage from a nearby gas station showed her car heading toward the barn that same night, and returning hours later. When detectives confronted Jennifer, her calm facade began to crumble. Her timeline didn't match. Her phone had been wiped clean, but fragments of deleted messages were recovered. One text from William read, "We need to talk. Tonight. No more games." Jennifer had replied, "Fine, but this ends tonight." Those would be the last words he ever received. In the weeks that followed, the coroner's report confirmed the cause of death, a lethal combination of sedatives and alcohol. Investigators believed Jennifer had drugged William during their final meeting, possibly to calm him, but the dose was fatal. On a quiet Tuesday morning, police arrived at Riverside Elementary. Students watched from classroom windows as their beloved teacher was led away in handcuffs. The courtroom was packed. Jennifer, dressed in gray, sat motionless as prosecutors described her affair and the events leading to William's death. They painted a picture of a woman torn between two lives, one respectable, one reckless, who chose deception until it spiraled into tragedy. Her defense claimed it was an accident, that she never intended to harm William, only to stop him from confronting her husband. But the evidence spoke louder than words. After 2 weeks of testimony, the jury returned with their verdict. Guilty of involuntary manslaughter. Jennifer was sentenced to 7 years in prison. Kevin filed for divorce shortly after. The home on Maple Street was sold, its windows darkened, its gardens overgrown. Neighbors still remember the couple who once seemed so perfect. But behind closed doors, perfection had been replaced by passion, deceit, and ultimately, death. In the end, the Harrison case wasn't just about infidelity or crime. It was about how ordinary lives can unravel when secrets take root. Because sometimes the most dangerous place in the world is the one that looks the safest.